welcome in everybody to game number 2 of the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. We have a contest between Hillard Davidson and Austintown Fitch. Falcons looking for a victory here after dropping one to Marlington yesterday, while Hillard Davidson got a thrilling win over another AAC opponent in the Howland Tigers. Starting 5 for Hillard Davidson: Logan Harris, Abby Lamers, Yulie Dowell, Kirsten Cashell, and Sydney White. For the Austintown Fitch Falcons: Destiny McCullough, Sam Severn, Kara Perrone, Rachel Spalding, and Ayla Ray. Yulie Dowell kicks over to Sydney White. Cashell had a great game against the Tigers, but stolen away. Here comes Severn. Severn with a nice score, the bucket, and a quick 2-0 lead. Dowell has it tipped. Cashell kicks to the sideline. Drive inside, give up, back out to Cashell. Logan Harris, cross-court pass out of bounds. They will keep it with the Wildcats. Wildcats got their second win of this season in thrilling fashion against the Howland Tigers, playing a great brand of defense. Alyssa Masucci still got loose for 20 points, and she's been incredible. Howland will be in contention today as well. Passing around the horn, back out. Logan Harris deals in, back out to Harris. Harris runs the baseline. Harris has it blocked over top. Kara Perrone able to get the tip, takes in the feed, kicks out to McCullough. McCullough spins away from the defense out to Sam Severn. Sammy Severn with her left. Hands off to McCullough. McCullough tries to get loose on White. McCullough gets picked up by Dow. McCullough switches, passes, nice pass. Perrone can't finish. Rebound though by Ayla Ray. Gets into a trap trying to avoid the jump ball. She's able to get it out. Perrone mid-range try, no good. Rebound by White. Here comes running the court Cashell. Kirsten Cashell into the lane, puts it up. What a nice score. The right hand floater finds the mark. 2 minutes down, 2-2 score here in the first. Sammy Severn, quick feed. Kara Perrone drives the lane, gets it off the glass and scores it. Response bucket for Fitch and a 4-2 lead. Kirsten Cashell. Oh, nice feed. Logan Harris. Oh, count it, and one. Logan Harris gets the contact and finishes through it. First foul for Fitch, and a chance for the first lead for the Wildcats. Kylie Folkwine checking in. She had some good minutes and possessions yesterday, resulting in some major points for her team. Anna Weil, though, was a superstar for her team off the bench. 19 points in that effort yesterday against the Tigers, and the Wildcats have their first lead of the day. Fitch's Sammy Severn in a trap, able to avoid giving it up. Out to Rachel Spalding. Rachel Spalding, oh, Kara Perrone got loose again and gets the score. Yulie Dow has it knocked loose. Sam Severn comes away with the steal. Severn with possession. Out, Ayla Ray denies the three, gets into the lane, puts up the shot. No contact called. Rebounded Harris. Harris is running the other way. Here goes Yulie Dowell. Fakes Cashell to Dow. Dow goes to Cashell. Kicks out. Nice three-point attempt by Weil, but she can't find the mark. Rebound Sam Severn. Severn's running the floor. Severn kicks out. Rachel Spalding three-pointer. She got it. As Anthony Hartwig on color commentary. And looking at this team, And we see a new starting five from Fitch, but they're starting to find some success offensively here.
Yeah, they're just trying. We talked about it a lot last game for Fitch. They're just trying to find an identity a little bit, trying to find out what they're really good at, what they can succeed at. And sometimes a part of that is switching up lineups and giving other players opportunities with different rotations.
Softball star, too, and Sam Severn getting a start today and acting almost as a point guard and doing a pretty good job here against a Hillard Davidson team that we saw yesterday and play a really good brand of defense against the Howland Tigers.
They did, and it was a game where it took a long time to get 1 point. A little bit better of an offensive start for both teams here today in this one. But Hillard Davidson was also led by the tandem of senior Kirsten Cashell and freshman Anna Wise.
Blocking foul is called on Hillard Davidson. Anna Weil got in the way.
I don't know why I said Wise. Weil, sorry, my bad. All these names for all these teams.
Ayla Ray will earn 2 free throws at the stripe now. Falcons the away team on the scoreboard. Wildcats the home squad. And a 10-5 lead for Fitch.
Ayla Ray didn't score yesterday, so good to see her get on the stat book a little bit. They need players like her. They need Zeta Creaky to score a little bit more than she did yesterday, too. She was shut down. No points against Marlington.
As Ayla Ray, one of those players, too, that sometimes she'll have those big nights scoring, but, I mean, she really does a lot of the little things well for this Falcons team, and she does a lot of the dirty work defensively, passing-wise, rebounding. She's a very good player all around. Jocelyn Jordan coming off the bench today, and they're going to have that height try to be a factor with some fresh legs and fresh minutes. Sam Severn runs the court. The kick out. Rachel Spalding got into the lane. Traveling violation is called as one too many steps for Spalding and a turnover back to the Wildcats.
I think the big difference in this game might end up being Fitch's depth. They're able to bring a couple of more people off the bench that we see from Hillard Davidson. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, see if the Wildcats can play clean defense, not get into foul trouble, and be able to stay energetic. They're coming off a very quick turnaround. They played the last game of the night yesterday, so now they're playing one of the first games of the day here today. A very quick turnaround for the Wildcats.
Give props to Natalie Lynn, too, for, she has a bunch of younger players, too, trying to interchange and get a lot of these players playing time as well. And, just trying to get different looks. And sometimes a change of scenery can be just what a team needs. As the ball stripped away, Weil steals it. Weil up with her first score of the day. She came off the bench with some major scoring in yesterday's contest. Rachel Spalding with the dribble. Kicks to Sammy Severn. Now with the dribble. Rachel Spalding, good delay, has it knocked loose out of her hands in the steal. Sydney White has a hold of it now to Cashell. Weil, nice pass onto the block, elbow to the block, jumper, and it's no good. Severn waits and now runs the offense. Kylie Folkline gets the blocking foul on Kirsten Cashell. And Folkline off the bench again yesterday, but made good with her minutes too. Able to find some scoring. And actually, if you're looking at a performance against the Marlington Dukes, that was kind of a shining performance. I think Folkline, both scoring and the rebounding department, held her own, especially as a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, Marlington obviously came in with that tough team mentality and held Fitch down, but Folkline was definitely a bright spot through that struggle.
Zeta Creaky into the game, out to Folkline. Folkline gives up to Creaky. Creaky to Jordan. Jocelyn Jordan, turnaround jumper, tried to spin off the block, but couldn't find the success. Down by 4 are the Wildcats. Cashell steps into a 3, misses the mark. Folkline secures the board.
We saw her make those kind of shots yesterday. Cashell, the senior, had a chance to talk with her after the game, missed a large chunk of her junior season with an ACL injury and not letting any moment of her senior year slide away, taking the time to treasure every moment she has on the floor, knowing that it can be taken away pretty quickly. A lot of kids don't get that lesson, and unfortunately, she had to learn it the hard way with an ACL tear last year that took her out for a big chunk of her junior season.
As Folkwine has it stripped, ball is loose on the ground. Nice effort by Creaky trying to get a hold of it, but it ends up in the hands of Hillard Davidson. Yuli Dell looking for the contact, hitting a few hands of the Falcons, and Ayla Ray ends up with it. Good effort from Fitch, you're seeing, from all fronts. Out to a lead, 45 seconds. Oh, nice cut into the lane. No finish, though, from McCullough. Able to back her up, and that's where Jocelyn Jordan has really improved on giving the Falcons second chance points in her second go-around with this basketball team.
All started with a really aggressive drive from Destiny McCullough. That was something that Fitch really was missing yesterday. They didn't have anyone that wanted to attack off the dribble and really break down that Marlington 2-3 zone.
Trying to save it that time, but it goes out of bounds off of Hillard Davidson. They were right near that baseline, and Abby Lamers ends up touching it last. Back to the Falcons. 19.1, 6-point advantage. Chance for Fitch to add some more to their lead. Ayla Ray bumping and bruising through some defense. Nice pass on the mark, and Jocelyn Jordan gets the foul called. And Jordan showing a lot more aggressiveness here in her senior year than what we saw a couple seasons ago, and it's really made a difference in her play style and the success. She's having a lot more success, not only scoring, but rebounding, getting blocks too. Defensively, all around, her game has improved.
Well, to be honest, she's matured a lot since her sophomore season. I think she's bought into basketball a little bit more, bought into this idea that I got to commit to the team. If I'm going to be on this team, I have to really give full effort to this team. I felt like, some athletes that are really good at one sport and using the other ones for, staying in shape early in their career, sometimes they fall into that trap of going through the motions for that sport. And I think Jocelyn really realized this year that if I'm going to be on this team, I have to really be on this team. And she's really giving full effort to basketball while she's on the floor.
Yep, going to be a volleyball player for YSU, but you could definitely find a lot of value playing other sports as well, and she's doing just that with the basketball team this year. End of the first quarter, Fitch with a 7-point lead.
We are Kent State in the Valley. Start and finish one of more than 25 bachelor's or associate degree programs, or start one of Kent State's 280 majors. With low tuition, public, and plenty of scholarship opportunities, we will help you maximize your education and minimize student debt. Enjoy the benefits of a smaller campus with all the opportunities of a large university. Save money, stay close to home. Apply today by visiting kent.edu/Trumbull.
Every customer has a story, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back, everybody. Start of quarter number 2. Ty Bartel, Anthony Hartwig on for the call here of Austintown Fitch versus Hillard Davidson. This is game number 2 of 7 today, and we'll have them all for you here on YSN. Next up at 2 p.m. will be Garfield versus Nordonia.
I'm looking forward to all these matchups today. They all bring a little bit of spice to them. Nordonia going to be very remembrance of the beating that Garfield gave them last year. They're going to want to come out and get a win in this Holiday Classic.
Kirsten Cashel gets the Wildcats on the right foot with a three-pointer out of the gate to make it a 4-point game.
Really looking forward to Marlington going up against Chardon a little bit later as well.
Kick to that corner. Rachel Spalding fakes. Back out opposite corner. Looking for the shot. McCullough ran baseline. Nice pass to get it to Ayla Ray. Ayla Ray pass out of bounds, gets tipped and intercepted. Cashel, oh, what a cut into the lane, but left the finish a little short. Ayla Ray on that wing, into her dribble with her left, switches to the right, passes out. Rachel Spalding back to Ray. Ray into her dribble, back to Spalding. Spalding open look three, misses the mark.
It's a good look. It was what you want. You give it to Spalding. You let Ray post up inside, give it right back to her. Defense collapses on her a little bit, and then right back out to Spalding for a three. It was a good look, just didn't go down.
Ayla Ray subs out. Jocelyn Jordan subs back in, and Jordan might be critical in this game in trying to force Kirsten Cashel out of the paint and force her to score more from the perimeter in the mid-range.
Right.
And the same thing with Anna Weil. And that's a big thing with both of their games, too, both Weil and Cashel. Yesterday against the Tigers, they were able to work inside out, and they were able to get a lot of scores from the baseline, from the post, and then they were able to expand from there out to the distance. Nice pass, as able to get it, but out of bounds and knocked out of bounds out of Jocelyn Jordan's hands, says the baseline official, and they'll keep it with Fitch. Rachel Spalding goes the long way out to Sam Severn. Severn has the dribble knocked loose. Able to evade the pressure, back out, open look. Spalding left it short. McCullough gets the board, bumps and bruises, and finds a bucket.
McCullough, one of the best parts of her game is her ability to finish really strong at the hoop. Through contact, whether it's called or not, some contact not called. You know, you can't call every time you get touched in the paint. But she's able to really finish strong as a driver, which is her best asset.
Tried to get that shot. Nice rebound. Spalding gets out to Kara Perrone, and Kara Perrone's been making good on a lot of shots. That's 8 now for Perrone.
And just like that, Fitch up by 8.
And when the addition of Jocelyn Jordan, it really freed up Kara Perrone this season to act more as a forward and not a true center. Had to play a lot of true center in last year's system with the lack of height and the lack of Jocelyn Jordan. With Perrone being able to be loose, frees her up for more of those mid-range shots, which are her bread and butter. Sam Severn on the quick three-point look, tried to get a hold of it. A push is called, and I think they say on Rachel Spalding.
That being said, Jordan's athleticism makes her versatile enough that they don't have to use her as a straight-up center either. Definitely can, and definitely will. But if the situation calls for it, Jordan can come out in the perimeter and almost act as your guard.
A lot of options, too, and Kylie Folkwine's kind of like that queen of versatility as well, where she has that three-point shot, but she's got the frame, especially at an early age, too, where she can bump and bruise inside with some of these bigs as well and really hold her own. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well, as key for the Falcons is they're in the single bonus.
At the Moore Agency, we work one-on-one with you to make sure your auto, home, business, or farm is protected by a quality insurance company. That's why we work with Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. We know you can trust Ohio Mutual to protect what matters most to you and your family. Visit us at mooreagency.com. We can recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Welcome back, everybody, out of the timeout. Falcons 8-point lead, 4:46 to go, first half of play. Hillard Davidson basketball as they'll look to inbound. Got into Harris, now to White, and a while running the court. Dangerous pass, able to keep it inbounds. White gets it back. Sydney White feeds to Weil. Weil to her right, Cashel three, no good. Able to get a nice rebound, Kara Perrone with a box out. Kylie Folkwine running the floor, gives up to Sam Severn.
You know, I think this start's going to be really important for Fitch against a team that might be running on some fumes after playing in the last game yesterday. You know, you got to get off to a good start. One of the things that you want to avoid is letting them get off to a fast start, and then they can use adrenaline to get them through the rest of the game. I'm going to be watching the legs and the fatigue of Hillard Davidson as we keep going and see if their shooters can keep making those perimeter jump shots that they did yesterday.
Sam Severn misses the mid-range, goes out of bounds off of Fitch, and Hillard Davidson gets it back. And a while. The give and go back to Weil. Goes to Cashel. Two top scorers yesterday for the Wildcats. Sydney White finds some success, though, with a score, her first. And back within 6. Two-possession game. Sam Severn, Rachel Spalding, now to Kylie Folkwine. Kylie Folkwine, elbow jumper is good.
That's a nice little mid-range jump shot. Looks really good from Folkwine. Nice answer from Fitch to go back up by 8.
And a while. The give and go. Cashel drives, passes out. Extra pass outside of the perimeter. Feed to the corner. A lot of perimeter passing. Weil keeps giving it up. They try to go to the block, but over the back that time by Jocelyn Jordan. Trying to knock it loose, it looked like. But especially when you have the height advantage and you're behind someone, they're going to definitely watch, especially if you leave your feet.
Yeah, and it's a real temptation to go over and try to get the swap, but really, Jocelyn Jordan just keeps her position there. She kept her out of the block, and it would have been a really tough time to get around her. Fitch forces the turnover anyway.
Destiny McCullough. Goes to Folkwine. Folkwine. Creaky had a look at it, passes it up and passes out. Spalding tries to get inside. Dangerous pass, and it was picked off as Jocelyn Jordan was the intended target. Turnover to the Wildcats. Wildcats pass is deep, knocked into the hands of one of Hillard Davidson's players. I think that was White. Back out, three-pointer, and Lamers too strong on the shot. Destiny McCullough, nice switch into the lane, gets the contact on the end of the foul. Three-point play for McCullough.
I told you she's a strong finisher right there, and she proves it. Going through contact, finishing the play, and earning a trip to the free throw line to complete the three-point play.
The lead is 10 for Austintown. McCullough stepping to the line for the and one. Jocelyn Jordan interchanging with Kara Perrone.
A really good bounce back game so far for Fitch. It was a tough one yesterday against a really good Marlington team. Anyone that thinks that this Falcons team isn't buying into some of the things that Coach Lynn is trying to impose into this program, dead wrong, because if they weren't, they wouldn't have come out here today with the energy they have after the way the game went yesterday.
Kara Perrone, one of the seniors on this squad too. One of few seniors. It's kind of a mix of seniors and a couple freshmen, a lot of sophomores though too. Mix of young and seniority here on this Austintown team. But like you said, trying to find their identity. As Coach Lynn trying to bring some consistency here with the coaches. You got to remember too, 3 different coaches in 3 different years going through a
little confused on what just happened. They didn't count the free throw, and now it's going to be Wildcats basketball.
Maybe a lane violation. It has to be a lane violation, you would think. Tried to pick it off Spalding, couldn't get it out of the hands of Cashel. Cashel, tipped off of Sydney White, and it goes out of bounds with a few ticks under 2 minutes. McCullough gets into Creaky. Zeta Creaky finds Severn to the corner. Kara Perrone 3, left it short, but right there, Kylie Folkwine with good positioning picks her up, and the lead to a baker's dozen.
So it wasn't a lane violation because they ended up counting that bucket to make it 23. So McCullough did get that free throw in. So it must have been just a stoppage of play because I think the Hillard Davidson coach was talking to the referee, so he stopped play to have that conversation and then gave Hillard Davidson the ball out of bounds after McCullough hit the free throw.
A little bit of clarification on what happened as it was knocked out of bounds off of Fitch last and keep it with the Wildcats. Minute 9, Fitch doing a good job building on their advantage as they try to go into halftime with a double-digit lead. Hillard Davidson 1-0, Fitch 0-1. We saw two teams walk out of here 1-1 on the 2 days. If Fitch can hold on for a victory, it'd be another set of two teams walking out 1-1. Corner 3. Oh, able to find it, and that's a big one for Logan Harris. Cutting into that lead, now down to 10.
Needed it. Wildcats needed a big shot. They got it.
Looking for the turnover, and a foul called after getting it, Harris. A one-girl wrecking crew right now. The big shot and the defensive recovery getting her team another possession.
McCullough picks up the foul. That's her second, team fifth.
Jordan Binion to check in as well. Binion, volleyball star. As the inbound goes to Yuli Dowell. Corner, inside pass. Looking for the shot, no, Lamers travels with it. 36 and a 10th second to go. First half of play, and Fitch to get it back. Fitch has run a slower brand of offense before because of the defense that they have. And those are the kind of passes you just can't afford, though, as I was going to say, it's one of those signature times for the Falcons to bleed the clock, wait for the last shot, but they give it right back to the Wildcats at 30 and a half.
Ill-advised pass, and it went to a wide-open fan in the bleachers.
Wildcats can now trim the deficit. Weil thought about it, but gives up to Harris. Yuli Dow, 10 seconds of ticking. Oh, Sam Severn tried to wrestle it away. It is a jump ball, but the possession arrow favors the Falcons anyway. And 7.6 seconds, the Falcons will be able to take the last shot of the half. Creaky taking it herself. Tries to get open off the screen, the three-pointer. Couldn't make it home, almost did, as it rattles off the rim a few times and
that was a
rattles.
high-level shot.
It definitely was. But a 10-point lead nonetheless for the Falcons after 16 minutes of play. They lead Hillard Davidson by 10 as we'll go into our halftime intermission. Be back after 10 minutes here.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
How lucky are we to have not one, but two 18-hole Donald Ross Championship golf courses right here in our backyards. Mill Creek Golf Course was selected by Golf Week as one of America's 30 best municipal courses, continuing to challenge golfers of all levels and featuring golf instruction by PGA professionals, a state-of-the-art practice range, a PGA of America recognized pro shop, kids programs, and a relaxing grill room for a memorable golf experience. For more information or to schedule a tee time, visit millcreekmetroparks.org.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun, it all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
You're looking to your future, preparing for your goals, and they're closer than you think. Because here, success is part of the plan. It's a place where academic and social opportunities are meant to prepare you for life, not just the next 4 years. You'll be equipped to face new challenges and turn hard work into a career. You're ready for your success to take root. And here's where it starts. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Clint. Hi, this is Steve Versetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com or find us on Facebook.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Why choose local? Because you live here, work here, learn here, relax here, and celebrate here. 21 WFMJ is our valley's only locally owned TV station, and our focus is local. Other TV stations don't have that same focus, as their owners are somewhere else. But 21 WFMJ is rooted in the valley. Local people making decisions that affect your life, right here where you live.
Let's face it, buying a home is one of the toughest things you'll ever do. At Forever Homes, we are licensed realtors that specialize in representing our clients in the purchase and sale of single-family residences and income property in Columbiana County. We truly love this area. We were born in this area, and we pride ourselves on the knowledge of transactions, school districts, neighborhoods, and related services. So the next time you need to buy or sell your home, make it Forever. Forever Homes Realty.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Locally owned and operated, Sheely's relaxed shopping experience means browsing and lounging is always encouraged.
Find Flex Deal and more at Sheely's Furniture and Appliance, because the best things in life happen at home.
Every customer has a story, and at Greenwood Chevrolet, we are committed to making sure it ends with you in the right vehicle. I get to be part of somebody's adventure, whether it's buying a car for the first time, helping them get approved, or finding the perfect car for their budget. I'm proud that people trust me with their finances. They trust me to take care of them, and they trust me with their story. I'm Tracy, and I'm ready to go the extra mile for you, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Tommy Clem, owner of WRS Insurance Solutions.
WRS Insurance Solutions is a local, independent agency that specializes in life, Medicare, long-term care, and disability products. Call us at 330-953-3722 or visit us at wrsinsuranceSolutions.com to learn more.
Good luck to all the student athletes in the Valley.
You're here to be part of something bigger, to make things happen. For you, college is about knowledge being shared and learning experiences that aren't limited to the classroom. On campus, you want to matter. It's about engaging every day, building relationships with students, with mentors, with the community, in the heart of a reinvented city. We are that something bigger. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
House troubles can attack anytime. When trouble strikes, call Mighty Mike. Your hometown hero is on his way. HVAC causing havoc? Has your furnace gone mad? Mighty Mike Heating and Cooling will save the day. Commercial or residential, 24/7. For quality service you can depend on, call your hometown hero. Call Mighty Mike. Mighty Mike.
Welcome back, everybody. Half number 2, just seconds away here between Austintown Fitch and the Hillard Davidson Wildcats. Fitch staking claim to a 10-point lead after 16 minutes of play. Kara Perrone able to get loose for a couple of buckets in her start today. Sam Severn also distributing the ball very well amongst the Falcons, acting as one of the point guards for Fitch today. As we talked about before too, and sometimes with an offense and a team that's kind of struggling to find their identity, a kind of shift in the starting 5 can be just what the team needs.
Yeah, you know, as a coach, first-year head coach, Coach Len, you try to find mix and match the rotations to try to see what will work, what isn't working, what players work well together, and they're still trying to figure that out. That's why you see Fitch, their record is not exactly the greatest right now because they're still trying to figure out an identity as a team. But they found a little sweet spot here today so far in the first half.
Yuli Dowell just found a sweet spot beyond the perimeter with that three-pointer, and it's a 7-point deficit now for the Wildcats.
I was hoping you'd hit that. I teed you up for it perfectly. Way to go, Ty. That's professional broadcasting right there, bud.
Destiny McCullough with her right, switching to the left, back to the right, kicks out to Severn. Severn quickly swings it to Rachel Spalding. Ayla Ray running the baseline, quick pass out to Severn, and Severn comes up short with the shot. McCullough to Ayla Ray, denies the three-point shot, kicks out Perrone, her sweet spot, but she comes up short. Rebound, though, by Rachel Spalding. As it was going out of bounds, she had to tip it back inbounds, and it ends up in the hands of the Wildcats.
So now it's up to Fitch to keep that intensity and don't get complacent with the halftime lead.
Jump ball is called.
No, they're going to reverse the call.
We had conflicting calls by two officials. Jump ball from the far side. Official on the baseline technically had the better look at it anyway, calls the foul. Severn had her arm caught up in it. First foul for Severn.
It looked like Coach Biedenbach was about to have a heart attack on that call.
One of the keys I've noticed for Fitch, too, and why that they might be more successful in the offensive game today, moving the ball a lot more through passing today, Anthony, rather than going into the dribble and dribbling the ball a lot less. And we know the makeup of a lot of good teams is you can move the ball quicker passing it than you do dribbling it.
Ball moves quicker in the air than it does in your hands. So
Destiny McCullough gets past her defender, wants to take it herself, and look at that, off the glass, the bank is open.
I've been praising her ability to finish at the rim all day. She's proven it with some strong drives already here in this first half and the first chunk of the third quarter.
Now, I know those plays, those type of plays, you keep it with the Wildcats, but it's big, as you talked about yesterday with defenses. And it's a huge advantage being able to set your feet on defense and get yourself set up in a defensive scheme. Nice tip from Rachel Spalding into the hands of Severn. Sam Severn to Spalding, running baseline, tried to go reverse layup. So many hands came in to knock it loose out of Rachel's hands. 6 minutes in the third, down by 9, Wildcats. Kirsten Cashel, a nice look and jumper from the mid-range, couldn't get it as Ayla Ray makes the smart pass to the point guard, Severn. Severn running the floor, Severn kicks out, nice pass. Faked the shot and gave it up, does Spalding. Drive it in, kick it out. Kara Perone, look, distant shot, too strong. And a rebound for McCullough. McCullough tracks it down in the corner. Nice switch. McCullough and an offensive charge, too strong on the take that time. And that's the, like you said, double-edged sword of being an aggressive player on the drive.
Yeah, that time the defense did a good job beating her to the spot. So as a driver, you have to realize that and then use your advantage, your speed or your athleticism to avoid the contact in that situation and avoid that offensive foul. She put her shoulder down, and I don't think she had her head up looking to where the defense was.
Zeta Creaky checks in for McCullough. Nice passing, Cashel steps in, elbow jumper. Too strong on the attempt. Ayla Ray now gonna run the point temporarily. Hands off to Severn. Severn trapped up into the corner, avoiding the jump ball. And a whistle blown, and it's a timeout by Fitch.
That handoff looked awkward. It's almost like Severn couldn't quite go over to the top of the floor, got stuck in the corner there, trapped. It was a good timeout to avoid the turnover.
Pretty impressed, though, with Sam Severn's ability to run the floor as a point guard, too. She hasn't had a whole lot of opportunities of running the point as a starter. They gave her the look today, and she's doing a good job making smart decisions with the basketball. But most importantly, it seems like when she gets into those trap situations, she's able to get it out, and that's where it seemed like Fitch had a lot of turnovers created before in past games.
And if I had to guess what happened on that exchange, either Severn didn't come up far enough, or because of that, Ayla Ray went too far to the corner with the dribble. I think that handoff's supposed to happen a little bit, further up on the wing, so Severn can come off the curl to the top of the floor off the handoff and screen. So it happened a little bit too deep towards the corner, and it got Severn trapped. But, it's just a timeout. They've had all 5, so Fitch has 4 left. So no harm, no foul. It was a good timeout from the sideline.
Little substitution change, too, as we see Jocelyn Jordan back in. She's made some good work with her minutes today as well. 9-point lead for Fitch.
One of the changes they made in women's college basketball, which I really like, which I'm teetering on whether we can do it in high school basketball or not, is when the ball is live, the coach can't call a timeout, so the player has to be smart enough to realize they're in that situation. They have to call a timeout themselves. I think it would be beneficial to teach these players to know the situational basketball and say, if you're stuck in that situation, the coach can't bail you out with a timeout. You have to know how many you have, and it makes you a little bit more focused. I get that not everyone's going to be at the level of basketball to do that, and it might hurt some teams, but I kind of like the rule that the coach can't bail out the players in a live ball situation like that.
Yeah, and, there are a lot of youth leagues, too, and, more or less middle school level, too. You're starting to see a lot more coaches really implement making sure you pay attention to the scoreboard. Obviously, don't scoreboard watch, but know the situation on the scoreboard. Take a look at it, know what the numbers mean, know the situations and how you can play around with situations with the time left. You got to know the timeouts you have. You got to know the foul situations. And it's important in developing the IQ level of basketball players as well, no doubt.
A lot of people like to talk about taking the shot clock out of college and using it in high school. That's a rule that I would be much more happy to see than a shot clock in high school.
Nice passing. Little mishandle, though, on that previous pass, and it results in a jump ball and a Falcon possession. Fitch leading by 11 after Cara Perone went 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And they've scored enough, but their defense is playing so well right now, especially their defense on Kirsten Cashel, who we saw really go off against Howland yesterday. So Fitch is doing a really good job on the defensive side. And the offensive side, not blowing people away, but just getting enough, making the right plays, making smart decisions, not being careless with the ball in bad situations. You haven't seen him give up a live ball turnover that leads to easy buckets on the other end either. So
Jocelyn Jordan gets the board, attempts the shot, has it knocked loose. No foul called, but it is still Fitch basketball.
I like the aggressiveness there. She rebounded it top of the box on the right side, went through the lane. But what might have been really beneficial for her is to stop halfway through and go back to her right and use the momentum of the defender against her.
Hillard Davidson was winning the foul battle, but picked up 2 quick ones. Jocelyn Jordan drew both of them in a matter of seconds apart from each other. Now 2 fouls each team. Jordan Binion also coming in. And the Falcons want to maintain that rebounding advantage they have, whether that's with Binion, Kylie Folkwine, Jocelyn Jordan, Cara Perone. They're utilizing all 4 of those players in order to try to get themselves an edge in the rebounding department. And we've seen, and over the course of now, 8 games now, usually the team that wins that battle typically wins the ball game.
Another interesting thing about this Fitch rotation lineup is Coach Lynn going with a little bit of size against Hillard Davidson. You got Perone out there, you got Jocelyn Jordan, you got Binion, you got Ayla Ray, who's had a lot of quality time today. Using the size rather than their smaller athletic guards a little bit more today against really, size-wise, a pretty good Hillard Davidson team that has, Cashel, who's a big player for her position, and then Wise is also pretty sizable and pretty strong for her position as well. So I think I like the idea of just using a little bit of your size on the bench today for Fitch, and it's paying off so far here in the third quarter.
Creaky's matched up with Anna Weil. Got loose from the corner on the drive, kicks out. Jocelyn Jordan takes the distance shot and left it short. Fitch, though, was able to pick up 4 fouls in a matter of 20 seconds of game clock time. As a rebound, 4 fouls for Hillard Davidson, 2 for Fitch. As 3 minutes in the third quarter, Fitch can start getting them into foul trouble. Binion can't make good after the good pass to the baseline, and a foul going to be called the other way on Austintown. Sydney White diving for the ball, got possession of it. Pressure came late, forced the contact. Don't forget, everybody, game 3 of day 2 here in the South Range Holiday Hoop Classic starts roughly 2 p.m., 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one, and it is going to be Garfield and Nordonia scoring off 2nd year in a row, Ant.
Different situations for both teams this year, though. Garfield coming into this game this year undefeated. Last year they were 3-5 and desperately needing to turn around against Nordonia.
2:35 in the third. Fitch still leads it by 11, has played really solid defense against Hillard Davidson and trying to create another turnover as Lamers had it knocked loose. Yulie Dow over to Cashel. Kirsten Cashel's three-pointer is short. Offensive board, though. White has it tipped off a few hands.
Oh,
Yulie
how'd
Dow.
that get through to her, though?
Nice job. Dow gets swarmed and pressured, and a timeout called, trying to save the possession, and they do. As 3 now left for the Wildcats.
That ball got over the outstretched arms of 2 separate Falcons.
A full timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. Thank our friends.
We believe expectations are made to be exceeded. At the new Toyota of Warren, it's about more than just getting a great deal. It's about service you can count on and a friendship you can trust. Year after year, we've done what we do best. We've gone the extra mile so you could too. Because we know it's just not about buying a new car. It's the start of a new adventure. Toyota of Warren, driven by you.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Ty Bartel, Anthony Hartwig with the call of the action here in day 2 of the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. This is game number 2 between the Austintown Fitch Falcons, guests on the scoreboard, and the home team on the scoreboard, the Hillard Davidson Wildcats. Hillard Davidson trying to win 2 games in 2 days against AAC opponents. Falcons looking to make right after coming up short against Marlington, and Marlington's offense hazardous, no doubt, yesterday as they put a beating on the Falcons a day ago.
Their defense was really locked down too. Falcons already have more points right now than they did all of last
and
game.
that first quarter, a 20-1 quarter for Marlington to open up, really made the difference in the game. But that's the big key with the Falcons. They know how important the start is. It's important how you finish, but it's also important how you start, and the Falcons off to a nice start here.
That might have been a film that Coach Lynn went on huddle and just hit the delete button real quick.
But the Falcons got an early advantage, and they've maintained it now through almost 3 quarters of play. Creaky with a three-pointer. Little strong. Barnett with the board. Barnett too short on the shot. Creaky gets it in the corner. Creaky feeds to Severn. Severn goes to the baseline, throws up a shot. Rebound. Falcons get another board as it goes out of bounds, and it was tipped that time by Lamers, and they keep it with Fitch.
Creaky has missed a couple of shots today, but they just haven't been able to get her in rhythm. Get a couple of shots off in a row to try to find her stroke. They just haven't been able to do that yet today.
Creaky gives up to Severn. Minute 5 and ticking here in quarter number 3.
You know, if you take 3 shots, but they're separated by, a quarter, then you got to struggle to find a rhythm.
Nice passing. Rachel Spalding can't knock down the 3. Good shot, though. Good rotation of passing by the Falcons. Can't find success, though, offensively. Here comes Hillard Davidson.
Wildcats need some offense in a hurry. They've been stymied on this side of the floor.
Push is going to be called. Falcons pick it up. It's going to be their 4th. Now in the 3rd quarter, both teams going to be on foul watch for the final quarter of play and at 4 fouls apiece. Both will have 2 left to give. Then enter the 4th quarter of play. Yulie Dow finds Cashel. Back to Dow. Under 30 seconds. Creaky tries to get the steal. 3-pointer. Couldn't get the bounce. Jocelyn Jordan has it stripped. Oh, nice passing, and Sydney White with the score.
That was all effort right there. Just a complete effort play. Didn't give up after losing the rebound. Strips it from Jordan. Hits the floor. Still able to be smart. Not travel when you're on the floor. Get it to your teammate. And Sydney White cleaned up the basket.
Hillard Davidson trails by 9, but they got an extra possession now, 6.2. Gonna run the length. And Sam Severn getting some energy from the bench. Nice pass to Cashel near the half-court stripe. Cashel's going to get a good look into the lane. Oh, what a finish. Kirsten Cashel.
No one got in front of her, though. Everyone was kind of trailing her on the side. no one really stopped her momentum, and that's why she went right to the hoop, coast to coast. Nice play by Cashel at the buzzer.
From an ACL injury to a sprint runner on the hardwood, Kirsten Cashel makes good on the last-second bucket and trims the deficit for the Wildcats to 7. We head to the fourth quarter of play.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Welcome back, everybody. Start of the fourth quarter. Falcons with a lead, but boy, oh boy, did the Wildcats make sure it wasn't a big one and made sure it was manageable heading into the final 8 minutes. A couple of key baskets. Kirsten Cashel ends it with a nice layup in the final few, and they open up with possession, so a huge opportunity to make this just a 2-possession game, Ant.
It was the senior that stepped through with that bucket at the buzzer to give the Wildcats a little bit more of a smaller mountain to climb here in the fourth quarter. Still a 7-point lead for Fitch, though, and they forced a turnover to start the quarter.
And Sam Severn proving her value once again with a nice grab, forcing the jump ball and getting the possession back in the hands of Austintown.
Tell you what, if Fitch is able to pull out this win, Sam Severn making a bid for player of the game.
Try to get the nice running layup in there, but the Falcons fight it again. Jump ball will favor Hillard Davidson this time. That's the one thing you like to see, though, with the Falcons fighting for every possession, too.
I said that before. I mean, it would be really easy to lose the way they did yesterday and then come out today flat and really not care about the game. But this effort and this fight from Fitch really, I think, proves that the players buy into whatever Coach Lynn is selling, and they want to be where the program wants, where Coach Lynn wants this program to be. Effort has not been an issue today at all. Has it been perfect basketball? No. Have they played, the perfect game? No, but they're definitely coming out trying to wash away what happened yesterday against Marlington.
Like I said, when you have a bunch of players that have played for different coaches every single season, it takes time to build an offense. And Coach Gilbert of Garfield, a team we're going to see here in a few moments, honestly, next game up. But Coach Gilbert will say about, the consistency you need to have, too, and the coaching staff and the offensive game plan, the culture of the team, too. It's definitely tough, but having that foundation and having consistency with this young, talented group, we could see what could happen in the next few years.
Well,
with
people
Austintown.
don't talk about it enough in a situation like that, too. It's also hard to build trust. Like, trust from coach to player is earned. It's not unless you step in and all of a sudden you're going to coach. You're going to trust that coach with everything that they're saying just because they come in. And a win like this could really pay dividends for Fitch players psychologically, just trusting Coach Lynn a little bit more. Results from hard work are really a great motivator to trust your coach.
And I know you don't really want to play the, well, they beat him and they beat them game, but Hillard Davidson with the win against Howland like they did yesterday. And
hold the phone here, though, because the Wildcats are making a run.
They're looking to make it 2 days in a row on a comeback victory against AAC foes.
And they had a spurt against Howland where they scored 6 or 7 points in like a minute, so they can definitely score fast.
Falcons looking for a bucket, under 6 minutes to play. Have yet to score here in the fourth. Nice drive. Rachel Spalding, what a take by the sophomore.
Big play. You need a bucket bad. Wildcats are making a run for this lead, and you do it on the drive.
And Kylie Folkwine knocks it loose, creates the turnover. Thought about the three, kicks out to Ayla Ray. Fitch gonna swing it around, look for a better shot offensively, and Kara Perrone has done a great job all around of drawing contact and playing her style of basketball today, and she's finding success with a couple more free throws coming up.
She's also making a bid for player of the game. It's going to be a hard decision if Fitch is able to hold on.
Both teams with 5 fouls apiece now. And Kara Perrone drips in another free throw attempt.
The soft touch, the rim was kind that time. Fitch is 7 for 8 at the free throw line, so they're taking care of business at the stripe. And
7 for 9. You keep doing it.
You know what? Not going to say anyone's percentage anymore unless it's bad. Maybe that'll reverse it. Maybe it'll be a reverse thing.
8-point game, though. 3-possession lead for the Falcons.
You know what? Now I did it to both teams. I did it to Hillard Davidson yesterday, and now I did it to Fitch. So we're even.
As the Falcons able to get their lead back up to 8. Couple of points scored, but it is Wildcat basketball. And they're putting together a fourth quarter comeback attempt, and they're going to draw a foul on the other end and send Logan Harris to the line for 2. And this is the spot where you said yesterday, Ant, they were so good, and it was a huge benefactor in their win against Howland.
9 for 10 yesterday at the line. Today they're 1 for 1. So 2 for 2. I didn't jinx it. Woohoo!
And the thing is with Fitch too, that's got to be a key. And you know, smart film watchers too, and you got to figure Coach Lynn saw that game yesterday, especially considering Howland was a part of it too. And they saw the way that this team played too, and they shot from the free throw line. Had to have been a talk with, we can't afford to send this team to the line. They can burn us.
Well, there goes to 100%.
1 for 2 trip, and it's still a 7-point game and a 3-possession lead, more importantly, for Austintown. Kara Perrone goes to Jocelyn Jordan. Creaky gets loose, wing 3, and a bouncer. And out of bounds? No, a push is called, and Jocelyn Jordan, I believe, picks it up.
Once again, Creaky shots, yes, she's putting a couple up, she's putting a handful up, but they're coming possessions apart, and she's struggling to find a rhythm. You know, I think Fitch, if they want to get her going, they have to string together a handful of possessions in a row where they get her a shot up to try to find that rhythm. It's really hard to find one when you have so much time between the shots you put up.
This is where you didn't want to end up, though, in foul trouble. Single bonus now for the Wildcats, and a dangerous free throw shooting team can now chip their way back into this as Logan Harris makes good on her first attempt and cuts this down to a 6-point game.
Yep, and they're scoring without the clock moving. 4:48 to go.
And 2 for 2 on this trip. Fitch held to just 3 points throughout the first few minutes of this quarter, looking for some buckets. Kylie Folkwine able to keep possession, picked up her dribble, got it to Creaky, now to Ayla Ray. Ayla Ray back to Creaky, same spot, try to knock it down, can't do so. Rebounded by Anna Weil. Weil's running the sideline, and a foul, I believe. Was it a foul or a travel?
No, it was a turnover. Well, a foul on Hathaway Brown.
So offensive foul after getting possession. I was watching the ball and saw it go out of the sideline, but I didn't think the sideline referee made the call. I think it was from the back side, opposite side, near side on the screen.
Looks like they got Dow with that foul. This is her first, though.
4:10, quarter 4. That's tipped, it's loose. Kara Perrone saves it. Finding a lane, Rachel Spalding does it again. Second one of the quarter. And a nice bucket for Fitch.
Well, now, you know, that's two buckets where the Rachel Spalding has made to kind of give Fitch a little bit more breathing room after the Wildcats are making a run. So 2 really key buckets for Spalding in the last handful of minutes.
Spalding picks up the dribble, gives up to Creaky. Creaky, was it tipped? Yes, it was. Keep it with Fitch. McCullough and Severn look to check back in with 3:35 to go. Creaky, Perrone, and Kylie Folkwine coming out. Creaky staying in, excuse me. Folkwine, Perrone coming out. I was going to say, wait, there's only, I called three players out, 2 players in. That doesn't make sense.
Ty wants to play with 6 on the court.
Jocelyn Jordan, McCullough, Sam Severn, Rachel Spalding, Creaky, the 5 on the floor for Fitch. And a reach by Cashel trying to knock it loose and get her team a possession, but it will send Creaky to the line for a 1-and-1 look. And this is a chance for Fitch to try to get some points here.
Don't love that foul. It's her 3rd, and it puts Fitch at the free throw line. A little bit too overly aggressive for my cup of tea.
And that first free throw with the bounce in for Creaky.
That might be good for Creaky's psyche. I mean, obviously, held scoreless yesterday against Marlington. Struggled so far today to get shots to go, but sometimes free throws can get a shooter going if she sees them fall in the back of the hoop.
Offensive board, Jocelyn Jordan, the 2 for 1 to follow up, and a 10-point lead for Austintown.
That's a good old 3-point possession right there for Fitch. Jocelyn Jordan doing some work on the boards.
Rachel Spalding, the ever-nice sophomore, tips it out of bounds to the scorer's table and immediately feels bad about her actions, apologizing.
Oops. Just wanted to make sure everyone was paying attention down there.
Darius Binion, he's a legend, too, with physical fitness, so he'll be fine down there at the scorer's table. Great reaction time for Darius. Daughter Jordan Binion on this squad, too. Just a great family over there in the Austintown community.
He better have a good reaction time, or else he's going to be giving it to everyone that he trains. Like, hey, wait a minute, you couldn't even stop this ball, and you're telling us to do all this stuff?
2:45. Oh, nice back cut by Cashel and the floater.
And she's going to try to will her team back in this game, but it's going to be a high mountain. 2:30 to go. Timeout on the floor.
30-second timeout it is. We'll take a real quick break.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education, and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University, and proud.
And of course, Youngstown State University has been big in getting YSN athletes, as well as YSU getting YSN athletes out of high school. And in the baseball world, the softball world, volleyball world, a lot of YSN athletes staying close to home at Youngstown State University. And we love to see it because it gives us a chance to see their post-high school careers up close and personal.
You know, we had a long stretch where we didn't see area volleyball players go to YSU for a minute, but 2 straight years where AAC opponents now are going to be teammates, as Abby Householder had her first year with the Penguins this year, and then Jocelyn Jordan next year.
And Jocelyn Jordan, persistence pays off as she gets a few offensive boards and finally gets it to fall through. Back up to a 10-point advantage for Fitch. Kirsten Cashel tries to take it from way downtown. Jocelyn Jordan, a difference maker as well. Another rebound for Fitch.
That's Mighty Joe right there.
And the foul is called. McCullough gets pushed at 1:54.
Yeah, the Wildcats are in a spot where they have to extend this game now. Under 2 minutes, down by 10. They're going to start to put Fitch to the free throw line, hope for some misses, and get some quick scores. That's their only hope now, being down by 4 possessions with less than 2 to go.
And for the Falcons, it's a free throw game. Make your free throws. You can walk out of here with a victory. And McCullough does make good on the first. Both teams coming into today with a 2-7 record, looking for win number 3 on the season, both squads.
2 for 2, McCullough. That's big free throws there.
as the game now goes to 12 points in the lead. Time is definitely not on Hillard Davidson's side, but they've been able to manage comebacks in the fourth before. Foot on the line, it's a 2, and a little too strong. McCullough comes up with it. 90 seconds and ticking. Behind the back, McCullough switches to her left. Gives up to Creaky. Falcons can burn precious time with these possessions.
Yeah, I think they're letting too much time go. The Wildcats, if they have any hope, they got a foul.
Severn got around and forced the contact, and that's big because there's only 8 fouls on Hillard Davidson. They could have intentionally fouled to force a 1-on-1, but now the shooting foul, it's 2 free throws. And now every foul going forward is 2 free throws as well, because it'll be 10 for the Wildcats. So the Falcons, great opportunity to try to salt this one away at the free throw stripe. Too strong, though, for Severn.
The 1 out of 2 on this trip will push it to a 5-possession lead, which is not easy to do in 109.
Big for Falcons' confidence sake, too, just getting a win after the way that they lost against the Dukes, as Jocelyn Jordan they do find a way. Another possession. Creaky from the block. Too strong. Sam Severn has a hold of it. Jump ball is called, and the possession stays with Fitch. But that fight for the Falcons has been there throughout all 4 quarters, and I think that definitely a direct contributor to an Austintown Fitch win here today, as Jocelyn Jordan back out Creaky top of the key. Under a minute to play. Falcons looking for triple zeros on that scoreboard. McCullough, nice move to evade pressure from Kirsten Cashell. Creaky, the runner, into the lane. Too strong on the layup attempt. Harris gets a fast break bucket the other way. And a 10-point deficit, 28 seconds to go. We've seen stranger things, Ant, but this one is just about over, as the Falcons and
this should be Stranger Things Season 5. I haven't seen it yet.
As the Falcons and the Wildcats, after yesterday, too, with the Wildcats having a big victory like that, and the Falcons, the way that they lost against the Dukes, like you mentioned earlier, Ann, it was kind of an easy situation where the Falcons could have played down. Hillard Davidson could have played up.
The Falcons had every excuse in the book to come in here flat, but they didn't make any excuses. They washed away yesterday. They came out here with energy from the jump. I'm very impressed with the Falcons here today.
I think a good job, too, by Coach Lynn and staff, changing a couple things up in the scheme. And you know what, with both Kara Perrone in the scoring department and Sam Severn acting as a point guard and fighting for offensive possessions too, both of them had direct impacts on this game. And Jocelyn Jordan didn't get the start, but coming off the bench, she really provided a spark plug for Austintown and gave some fresh legs in key moments when they needed it for the Falcons.
There were a lot of stretches in this game where I brought it up where Coach Lynn decided to use a little bit more of a size lineup and a size rotation than the smaller guards. And when you have the bench to do that, it came up big. I think when Fitch found a lot of success and made their big runs, it was when they had their bigger girls on the floor. Binion, Jocelyn Jordan, Kara Perrone, etc.
Tried to get it out. Almost turned over as Harris gets a hold of it, knocked loose again. They're able to feed it, tried to go inside. Rachel Spalding intercepts it. Final seconds tick away, and it's a winner for the Austintown Fitch Falcons, who will go to 3-7 now on the year. The loss for the Hillard Davidson Wildcats puts them at 2-8 on the campaign, as both teams, for the second game in a row, will finish 1-1 in their 2 games here at the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. And Ant, we'll get ready. 15-minute break here, as we will be looking to actually start right on time, it looks like, as we're on schedule, as 2 p.m. will be the start time for Garfield versus Nordonia, part 2 in 2 years. as the Knights will take on the Lady G-Men.
You know, Ty, player of the game is going to be tough. You know, McCullough and Perrone led with 9 apiece. Spalding and Jocelyn Jordan both had 7. Where are you leaning?
I would say if you're going to give it to someone, we mentioned 3 players in Jordan.
I'm leaning Rachel Spalding,
in 7.
to be honest.
Rachel Spalding's another one.
Made some big plays every time Hilliard made a run.
It was a good team effort, and I think you could give it to any one of them, too. They played as a team today, and they got a good victory today, did the Falcons. And a good all-around performance by Fitch results in win number 3.
Let's go with Rachel Spalding, player of the game.
Rachel Spalding's going to be player of the game as the Falcons emerge victorious. We'll get you ready here in about 15 minutes for game number 3 here at the South Range Holiday Hoops Classic. It'll be between the Nordonia Knights and the Garfield Lady G-Men. Ty Bartel, Anthony Hartwig, we'll be back in
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.